We got Brandon Bartle coming down to the cage. He is fighting DeShawn Casseus out of Renzo Gracie Latham. DeShawn's an amazing striker who has focused a lot on his grappling with Tommy Marcelino and Bruno Tostes.
I'm assuming MV MMA stands for Mohawk Valley MMA.
Mohawk Valley Mixed Martial Arts, absolutely.
And Mohawk Valley MMA, like we've mentioned all night, is one of the top gyms in the area.
Out in Western New York, absolutely. They've been a mainstay for 10 years now.
Now, for anyone who was watching Cage Wars 34 last time, Brandon Bartle had almost a stoppage.
That was one of the craziest fights that I had watched in a long time now, because Brandon was actually winning the fight in a very dominant position and got stood back up, and in my opinion lost the fight because of it.
I won't disagree, but the referee said that he had shots to the back of the head, so he stood them back up, gave the other fighter advantage. Excuse me, he came back in the second round with a nasty armbar, finished it.
So let's see if Brandon, Brandon's a great sport. He didn't take it personal, but let's see if he comes back with a little bit of something to prove here.
No, Brandon, definitely. He took it like a true sport, looked at it as a win, a learning experience. Don't leave it to the judges. Do what you have to do, yada, yada, yada. Here he is back, ready to fight DeShawn Casseus, who DeShawn Casseus is, last time I saw him fight, he was electric and had a quick armbar.
He is 100% better than his record of 1-2. The first fight he ever had was up in Whitehall, New York. He took it on a week's notice. I reffed the fight. He had no business being in the fight. He only had a week's preparation, and he almost pulled it off.
So I'm looking forward to this. This one's going to be electric, I think. Both fighters got speed. Bartle's got a little bit of length on him, a little bit of stretch. I'm curious to see how this goes.
I'm really curious to see how much DeShawn's grappling has improved. That's going to be the key to me here, because DeShawn's striking is going to be superior. Let's see if over at Renzo Gracie Latham they brought his grappling up to negate MVMMA's wrestling.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I'm looking for this fight. I interviewed Brandon Bartle, great guy, very calm, humble, just wants to get in there and fight, continue his career, improve to 3-3. Sean, I was scheduled to fight. Unfortunately, I had a conflict with my schedule. Couldn't end up doing it. Definitely have to speak to him another time.
I know DeShawn personally. He's a very, very quiet, respectful kid. He's a musician. He's going to school. He just made the dean's list. He's a martial artist. He's very respectful. Great kid.
I'm looking forward to this fight. Great matchup.
This could potentially be one of the fights of the night.
Let's be honest. 135 right now in Cage Wars 35, Cage Wars MMA. They have some good quality bantamweight fighters that are going neck and neck for this title fight.
And DeShawn is that dark horse because nobody knows who he is, and he's got a record of 1-2. Having trained with him myself, I know what he's capable of. But again, Brandon Bartle is no slouch.
DeShawn Casseus has Chris Disnall in his corner, who is the main event of the Cage Wars 34. Put on a great show. We're going to give it over to Ryan Peterson, our ring announcer.
Now, the thing about DeShawn is they mentioned he's out of Renzo Gracie Latham. You hear that, you think jiu-jitsu. This kid is a striker by nature. Watch his feet.
You know what? Watching his submission last time, you know he's got the capabilities of submitting people.
But at the same time, he can kick your head off your shoulders.
Yep, I'm looking forward to this one.
See, he's got that long, traditional karate stance. He's
You
looking
can
to
tell
load that.
Cassius-
See what I tell you? Looking to load that rear leg.
Trying to punt Bartle's head across the ring.
Yes.
Cassius is definitely an athlete just by looking at him. You can tell he's just a pure raw athlete.
And he just switches stances at ease. You know, he's very comfortable, fluid. He's trying to set an angle up for the kicks.
Oh, he was looking for that spinning heel kick. And Bartle's taking advantage of him falling on his long limbs.
Wow, he's got the neck. It's going to be a tap out. Oh. Is he going to get that hand off?
Jumping right in there.
Wow. Bartle, great job. Looking for that rear naked choke.
Great job by Cassius getting out of there.
Bartle transitions to mount. He's got the dominant position. This is an advanced rule, so he can ground and pound to the face.
Yep.
Bartle's up high, though. Let's see what
Anything but
DeShawn
elbows.
does. DeShawn's getting the knee in there, trying to elevate him. Good job by DeShawn regaining his composure. He's looking for the arm. He's not going to get it.
Oh, and he's got it.
Oh, he does have it.
Oh, big slam by Bartle.
Nice job by Bartle.
It wasn't a monster slam, but it was enough to disrupt Cassius in his submission attempt.
And he's crashing down that arm. He's
This
smushing
is
it
what
down.
exactly happened to Bartle last time against Adam Barrett.
Yes.
Fell through an arm bar.
And if you don't think Tommy Marcelino and those guys watch that fight, you're crazy. You guarantee you they've been training with DeShawn on that arm bar.
Yeah, and DeShawn Cassius right now is doing a phenomenal job keeping the arm, using his legs in, solid position.
But if you notice, Bartle's got his right hand trapped on the left hand. He's controlling that arm bar. He's in communication with Duff in the corner. He's very comfortable. There he goes. He's got it out.
Problem with long, lean guys like Bartle is tough to, get the position you want to get real tight.
That's like John Jones in the UFC. He's so tall. It's hard to do jiu-jitsu with guys that length.
Long, lanky limbs makes it tough.
DeShawn in a bad position. He gives up his back. What's going to happen here? Brandon Bartle, the ground and pound. DeShawn's on his left side. The referee's looking close.
Bartle's doing a great job with hip control.
DeShawn better start intelligently defending himself. This might not last long. He's ground and pound. He's rolling. Mike Walters stepping in for the stop. Is he going to stop it? It's over. It's over.
Holy
TKO,
Bartle.
Brandon Bartle.
Brandon Bartle coming through. He looked like he was going to struggle at the beginning of this match, and then he just took over.
Well, the thing about the MMA guys, they're not going to throw a bunch of fancy submissions on you. They are meat and potatoes bulldozers. They are going to come at you, and they're going to grind you.
Threw a little Rampage Jackson in there for us, fighting off with a slam off the arm bar, and then rode him real well with excellent hip control and just pounded away.
You know what impressed me was the fact that Brandon was across the cage on DeShawn's side with DeShawn's corner and was still confident and composed enough to communicate with Duff on the far side of the cage.
He kept his ears focused.
Yes,
yep.
with open communication the whole time.
Definitely, and a great showing by Brandon Bartle, and he's going to improve to 3-3.
He wants a rematch of that Barrett belt. That's what he's just talking about right here. He wants that rematch.
Oh,
he just
most
put the
definitely.
waist.
I think he's deserved it.
I agree, especially with that suspect stoppage last
Finish
time.
like that. Phenomenal job by these two fighters.
DeShawn clearly upset with himself. Here's the thing. He went for something. He missed it. Brandon took advantage.
We're going to throw it up to Ryan Peterson, our ring announcer, to give us the final official decision. Huge win for Brandon Bartle over DeShawn Cassius. Yeah, DeShawn Cassius has nothing really to hang his head about.
Great job by Brandon Bartle, though, coming over, reminding DeShawn he's got nothing to be ashamed about.